Welcome back to Creating Your Desired Reality Master Program. Go at your own pace. Lesson 4, Cognitive Reprogramming, Shifting Limited Beliefs. As I stated, each master class, each master lesson is a segue into the next master lesson. So it flows seamlessly through and through. Let's get into it. Okay, loves, let's get into it. The fundamental lesson. Our objective in this one is to, in lesson 4, is reprogramming limited beliefs that hold us back from manifesting our desires. So, what is mental reprogramming? Well, I'll just say it again for those of you who are unfamiliar with my teachings. This is a phrase and a concept that I often teach and always speak about in my lives on TikTok and other social platforms. Mental programming, program codes that are created by written instructions, just like in computer programming, if you know anything about coding. A good reference would be the movie The Matrix. So, in computer programs, the software components are sets of instructions that tell a computer, and we're using a computer in reference to the way our mental database, our mind is a supercomputer, the way our minds work and how it works. They are written in a programming language in which the computer only knows and can only recognize, just as the cosmos can only recognize symbols, frequencies, and numbers, right? In order for it to interpret what to send back to us. This is also a human readable language designed for this very purpose. So, when a program is written, it's called coding, a special program called a compiler that converts the codes into zeros and ones so the computer can run on the program. Our mental database is, in a lot of sense, designed the same way that computers are designed for codes for it to be input in the system. So our key, or all the letters and numbers and symbols that are on our keyboard, can do exactly what it was programmed to do, just like the tab is meant to go forward, just like the caps button is to conform, is to for us to put our typed words in all caps or lower caps, right? Just like the letter F is to create what? A letter F. The letter G, the space bar, is to do what? Move spaces ahead. Just like in a chessboard game, the enter is to do what? Right? Input. So it works just like that. Every program that we have within us. And if you remember from the previous lesson 3, we talked about everything that you do, the way you tie your shoes, the way you think, the way you eat, the way you sing, the way you brush your teeth, the way you comb your hair, the way you put on your clothes, the choices that you make, how you interact with others, how you write, how you do everything. All of those things are codes. They are programs within our brain that helps to shape our behaviors, leading to what and who we attract into our lives. So when I say that mental programming, mental reprogramming is also very imperative, it goes hand in hand with what we spoke about in the previous lesson 4, cognitive reprogramming, right? Pardon me, neuro linguistic programming, the neuroscience behind it, right? The neural networks, the neural pathways, how they fire and wire, right? How they group together, how they conform, how they dictate everything that we do and how we do the things that we do. It is much like this, programming limited beliefs that hold us back from manifesting our desires are all the current programs that we've been feeding knowingly or unknowingly up until this point, up until today. But now that you have the information that you need, baby, all of that is going to change, right, loves? Right. So look at the diagram. It happens like this. Consider the diagram below a networking system, right? A motherboard of sorts. Now look at all of the red dots that are on there. And even though that I wouldn't have had all the room and space on my computer on this presentation to put the trillions of programs that we actually have. So just look at the diagram and I want you to consider the red dots programs: the program for how you think, the program for how you brush your teeth, the program for how you walk. Each red dot symbols a program that you are already programmed to do. So the dots represent the specific program. The magnifying glass that's on the screen that the person is holding represents what we are magnifying, what we are giving power to, what we are edifying, what we are encouraging, what we're being led by. Okay. So cognitive programming is the process of identifying and changing deeply ingrained limited beliefs, programs, or codes that are holding us back from achieving our goals. These beliefs often operate at the subconscious level. Remember in the previous lesson, all of our dominant programs, all of our dominant codes are embedded deep within the subconscious. What does that mean? It isn't easily it isn't easily accessible, right? Which means it's going to require more than just sitting in silence, more than just the shallow forms of meditation that we do. In order for us to go deep within our subconscious, there's work that's actually required. The principles and practices, well, I should say the proven principles and practices involving the skill sets in manifesting, in meditation, are all required for us to get into alignment to attract the things, people, places, opportunities that we want to attract. These beliefs are often operating on that subconscious level, which is considered to be our command system. Just like in computers, all computers have a motherboard, have a central location to where everything is happening, just like a ship. Okay. The captain doesn't necessarily control the ship, he commands the controllers what to do. But all the intricate parts that is in the bottom of the ship, at the bottom of the ship, that is doing all of the program coding, which in turn gives the captain the information that the captain needs to actually steer the boat, to navigate the boat. A lot of us think that it's the captain that runs everything. No, 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 baby. It's the engine room. It's the deeply embedded secret rooms that's all the way in the bottom that controls everything. And it's not easily accessible, which many of us think it is. This command center, this is what influences our thoughts, our actions, our reality, the environment that we live in, without us even being fully aware of it. It's like it's on autopilot. This is why your heart pumps without you telling it to pump. This is why you breathe without you telling your lungs to take in air. This is why you move the way you move. A lot of things are on autopilot because they are programs. Many of these beliefs we hold, they were formed in our childhood. Okay. This is why you constantly hear a lot of people saying you have traumatic childhood wounds that still isn't healed. Everything that you are, who you are, your very existence, how you perceive things, your perception of things, how you self actualize is predominantly based on your childhood experience. Notice I said predominantly because it goes a little deeper than that, but that's a whole nother masterclass. We ain't going to get into that. So many of these beliefs that we hold, they were formed from our childhood and past experiences. These are the things that those experiences are the ones that shaped our perception of what's possible for us and what we think and know we can create, especially the barriers that we have that's blocking us from manifesting our goals and our desires and our dreams and our hopes and our aspirations, right? So what does all of this mean? Limited beliefs are often the biggest obstacle to manifesting and attracting because that's what creates an internal conflict between what we want and what we believe or know we deserve, or even what we think or know we can achieve. By reprogramming our subconscious mind, our subconscious database, our motherboard, we align our new beliefs with our new desires, allowing us to manifest, to become a master manifester. After all, you're already doing it. You are alchemizing. You are an alchemizer. You are alchemy. You are an alchemist. You are always manifesting. We are always manifesting everything that you have, every possession, every materialized thing, every situation that has happened. You played a huge part in it happening. You are already manifesting. We're just not in the knowing of how we're actually doing it. It's just like a car. How does the car actually run? How does it run? How does the engine work? How do the spark plugs work? Right? Then think of all of the intricacies and the components of a car. Well, how would you have or find the answers to these questions if you don't do what? Do your due diligence and do the work. Find a mentor, find an expert mechanic that can teach you how to take it apart. Learn what each intricate part does and then put it back together again. And not put it back together again, put it back together to where it is operable, to where it actually drives, okay? Without breaking down. So listen, this is also how it works. Look at the diagram, okay? Now I want you to just look, take a moment, take a breath. Inhale, exhale. This is how it works. So I know the visuals also help us to further retain the information that we're learning. Our thoughts. This is how we interpret the events with a series of thoughts that continually flow through our minds. This is called our internal dialogue. Y'all know what that is. Some of us know what that is all too well while we're trying to go to sleep and hear all of these intrusive thoughts coming in. Okay? These are all based on past experiences. Now let's follow the arrow from thoughts to now mood. Our mood is our feelings that are created by our thoughts. They lead to our thoughts. It's not our emotions. Our mood, what we're thinking, it creates how we feel. And how we currently feel is in alignment with what we currently want. Remember frequency. Thoughts are not the actual events. All experiences must be processed through your what? Motherboard, your mental database, the central system, and given to our conscious mind, in which we can actually access. Meaning, before you experience anything emotional, before you feel any response, you first must have it first must have a corresponding thought. So it's your thoughts that create your mood. Now let's follow the circle and the cycle. Because until we break the cycle, we just going to keep going around and around and around. Until we break the cycle, we're just going to keep running on that dysfunctional hamster wheel. Okay? This is how it works. We don't actually see with our eyes. Our eyes are projecting what we have in our mind. Do you understand what I'm saying? So a lot of us think we have these two beautiful eyes on our face to see things. You don't see with your eyes. Your eyes reflect what is in your mind. So your external world, our external worlds are built on a series of all the events, positive or negative, that we ever experience. And then hence the cycle, the everlasting infinite loop. Thoughts, mood, eternal, external world. Thoughts, mood, cycle, external world. Thoughts, mood, external world. You understand? So if you want to change what we're projecting, what's being reflected, we first must have to do what? There we go. You got it. Change our thoughts. Because when we change our thoughts, we change our mood. And when we change our mood, guess what? Our external world changes. And we begin to reflect that which we want to experience, not what we do not want to experience. You understand now? The good thing, the good thing about this is that this presentation, this information is not going to disappear, which is why I said it in the beginning. This is not just a book. This is not just any master program. What you're listening to and what you have in your possession is ancient metaphysical wisdom, sacred wisdom that was once protected, that was once considered to be sacred. This is all the tools that you'll ever need to get you in position. And guess what? Because you've invested in yourself, you now will always have access to this. And you can use it whenever you want to. Every level that's presented to you, you can use the tips, tools, and techniques and the information that you're learning here to propel you forward in whatever direction you want to go in. Every level you elevate to, you're going to need these tips, tools, techniques, and principles for you to master that level. Do you understand what I'm not saying now? So, what are the key takeaways? Shifting deeply ingrained beliefs at the subconscious level, not the conscious level. The subconscious level is crucial for removing internal barriers to manifesting and creating a mindset that supports an abundance of what we want, that propels us forward, not repels us backwards. Our beliefs create our reality because they are the ones that influence our thoughts, our actions, and the way we feel, our energetic aura. If we believe we are unworthy of a husband, of a wife, if we believe we are unworthy of whatever amount of money, the wealth, different streams of income, if we believe we're not worthy and worthy enough for the new home, for the new apartment, for the new condo, to travel wherever you want to, if you believe you're not worthy to be a parent because we made a few mistakes, right? We did some things that we wasn't proud about. If you believe that you cannot, you will never. You cannot if you cannot. If you believe you can never forge healthy, intimate, romantic, or even platonic relationships, if you believe that you will never meet your spouse, your significant other, if you believe that you will never have the type of pure love that you desire, if you believe all of these things, guess what? Your body and your mind and our infinite source of life, the infinite creator, whether you call that God or any other name, guess what? It's going to adhere to your every command. So it's not going to be possible. You will unconsciously make choices that prevent you from achieving it, even if you consciously desire it. Cognitive reprogramming involves identifying, challenging, and replacing limited beliefs with empowering ones, allowing us to get into alignment. The prefix to alignment is align, which means we have to actively position ourselves in alignment with the things, people, places, and opportunities that we actually want. This is the way our subconscious mind works, with in tangent with our goals, what we want to manifest, and more effectively. Okay, now that's something for us to think about. Now, y'all know what the time is. Y'all know what the time is. This is what we do. After every lesson, there's always a quick quiz. Be sure to use the companion booklet, the curriculum book, to complete the lessons and the exercises and the activities. Okay, my loves? Now, take a moment, breathe, shake it out, get up, move your body just a little bit, or just wiggle in your seat if you're in a car listening, if you're at an event listening, if you're at anywhere you are. Just make sure you do a little wiggle, do a little breath work. Okay, take a pause and answer these four questions. And if you need to flip back through the presentation, if you need to flip back to a couple of pages in the book, do it. Remember, repetition breeds what? Mastery. So make sure you don't be doing no skipping. Ain't no skipping steps, my babies, because eventually we'll fall down the ones we missed. All right. So in a booklet, you should find the lesson 4 exercise on page 34. And that's not it. Now, I want us to remember The way we also enforce the information that we're putting in, the work we're putting in, right? What we've learned is by writing it down, articulating what you just learned in this master lesson onto paper. Remember, there is magical things and power in writing, okay? This is why they are damn near obsolete right now. Everything is digital, okay? Let's not be conformed to the world. Let's conform our internal and external worlds to what we actually want. And we do this by taking it back to the old school. Get your pen, get your paper, get your pencil or your pad. And I want you to take 5 minutes and write down in your language how you perceived it to be. Okay. Don't cheat yourself. Don't write a passage from the presentation or from the book. Write in your own words. Don't be bothered about no grammar. Don't be worried about no spell checks. This is your personal book. This is your personal experience. No one is going to see it unless you want them to see it. However, please do not skip these steps. They are absolutely crucial. This concludes lesson 4 of creating your desired reality master program, the go at your own pace version, cognitive reprogramming, shifted limited belief. Okay, and just like the last time, I'll see you in the next lesson.